Hey guys, I'm here to give you a massive update on my Lord of the Rings collection. I've posted a lot of individual videos in the past months, but now I thought I'd give you an up-close look at everything that I have. And we'll start up top here. Dungeons of Isengard Orc Captain, Elrond, Theoden, Sam, Merry, Orc Warrior. Got Gollum, who actually does speak, I think. Let me see here. That's pretty awesome. Mouth of Sauron from the Black Gates of Mordor pack in the back. 10-inch Sauron himself. Electronic, of course. Got some really cool figures in there. Elrond of Rivendell is one of my personal favorites. They made him look so realistic to Hugo Weaving. Big fan. In the back we have Faramir, the King of the Dead, King Elendil. The Easterling's pretty badass as well. The Moria Orc. That's the Armored Cave Troll from the Return of the King wave. Really awesome figure. Morgulord Witch King is one of my favorites as well. And we got Galadriel, Aragorn, Man of the Hour Frodo, and a few others here. Lurtz is one of my favorite figures. I wish he was a little taller like some of the other orcs they made, but he's pretty awesome too. And of course, the massive Treebeard. I'm hoping to get the blue pack so I can compare the two in and out of the box right away. Of course, a miniaturized version. I've been collecting off and on for the last 10 or so years, and I've managed to gain quite a massive collection here. It's pretty awesome. So we'll scroll down. I apologize for the glare already, but this is the best I can do with my technology. Got Gothmog and the Elven Archer in the back there. The Haradrim peeking his head. The Gondorian Swordsman, I have a couple of those in the box. That's going to be one of the more rare ones in the line. And got Haldir and Coronation Arwen with Aragorn King. And of course the small guys. Pippin, Frodo in orc armor, and Smeagol the Stour. Now this is my small but so far pretty awesome Bridge Direct collection. I love the Hobbit line. I'm very impressed with what they've done so far. Got the UK exclusive Yazneg in and out of the package. The entire first wave. The San Diego Comic-Con Invisible Bilbo, and then the miniaturized version right beside. And Green of the Goblin. These are all the 6-inch waves. I'm more of a 6-inch collector. That's probably what my main focus will be. I cannot wait to get my hands on the new San Diego Azog. That's coming out in a couple months, so it's going to be awesome. And some boxed figures here. A couple UK 2-packs, and Gandalf the White variant. All in white robes. It's a pretty cool figure. And down here I have a couple personal favorites. Vintage Gandalf, Moria Orc, and the once hyped Twilight Frodo. It's lost much of its value, but it still has one of the better backgrounds in the Toybiz line. The only one with the Eye of Sauron background actually on the card. Very cool. And another UK triple pack, Freedom to Edoras in the back. We got Arwen and Asphalloth blue pack, Ringwraith and Horse with the Frodo Canadian exclusive. The Carry Case, which is another Canadian exclusive, one of my favorite pieces. And a darker glimpse of the Cloth Capes Fellowship pack. Very cool. And down below, we have the Burger King Lurts. Still waiting to get my hands on the Urukai, which is definitely the rarer of the two, but I'll be posting a vid once that happens. And we just got a couple rare trilogy packs here. Morgulord Witch King, Eowyn Shield Maiden, Minas Tirith Guard, 2 Orc Lieutenants, and a Gondorian Swordsman. And I think a Moria Orc Archer. That's one of my latest additions, the Arwen 12-inch, I think, or 10-inch. It's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of the way they look, but all of the ones of the Arwen and the Galadriels are quite impressive, actually. Vintage Cave Troll. Open in here to get a better look. This is a very hard one to get. I posted a video on these earlier, and it's got the extra protective window. They're pretty much identical, though. Awesome figures. I love the Cave Trolls. Very lifelike. They both make sound. They're both going to be very rare in the future. And a couple of gems, Australian exclusives with Helm's Deep Gimli and Boromir. Gimli being probably one of the rarest in the whole line, behind the Arwen Asphalloth red pack. We got Burden of the One Ring, There and Back Again, Fell Beast and Warriors of the Two Towers, and the Minas Tirith Guard Error, Factory Error. Unfortunately, I've ran out of room to put all of my figures on display, so that's why they're here. And a few more loose figures. The Sharku and Warg is really awesome. I love the Grima Wormtongue figure, the Galadriel Entranced, and latest edition is 111th Birthday Bilbo, and the ever terrifying Shelob. Toybiz is easily the best toy company I've ever collected, and my passion is to eventually get every single character, not necessarily every variant, but everything that looks different from each one I will eventually gain in my possession. And I'll show you a couple other non-Toybiz Lord of the Rings items. Monopoly board game. Lord of the Rings Adventure board game. Unopened as of now. And Trivial Pursuit. These are all really cool collector's editions to get your hands on. I have played the Monopoly and the Trivial Pursuit, and for those who like their Lord of the Rings trivia, you will have a blast. And we got a pretty awesome poster here. If you've ever read Tolkien's Silmarillion, this is one of the better stories of the whole novel. Fingolfin's challenge to Morgoth. This dates back to the First Age, where Morgoth was the Dark Lord and Fingolfin was one of the Noldorines who rose up against the Dark Lord and tried to overthrow him. If you haven't read The Silmarillion, I would highly suggest it. It's one of the greatest books I've ever read. And then a couple more knickknacks here and there. I bought this collector's Hobbit cup at the premiere of The Hobbit this past year, with a little Gandalf topper. Got the Silmarillion, Unfinished Tales, Hobbit, and of course the trilogy. The trilogy is in pretty rough shape. I've probably read them all 3 times over, and I'm not a big book collector, so I'm not too worried about the actual shape of them. And one of these editions, Children of Húrin, another tale out of the Silmarillion, which is one of my favorites. It's about Turin Turambar, who is probably one of the more tragic and brave warriors I've ever read about. But this is an amazing book with an even cooler cover than I've seen. Get your hands on that if you can, it's a great read. Then the extended editions. Greatest trilogy of all time, in my opinion. Just completely epic. And I scored and found this Pez collector's kit at a random candy shop in Western Canada. It was pretty cool. Got Bilbo, some Hobbits, Aragorn, Gandalf, Legolas, and Gimli and Gollum. There is a second one with the Eye of Sauron, a little more exclusive. And a little Gandalf figure here. A couple collector's edition Hobbit magazines. And Sting, the sword that pretty much started it all. Blade glows blue when orcs are near. Found in a troll horde. Bilbo took it up and then passed it on to Frodo with his mithril coat. This is a real sword. Not entirely sharp. But as you can see, it's got the cool elvish engravings and the plastic piece there and the holder. Once I find more space, I'll definitely be hanging this up in my house. But it's pretty cool. And this thing here is actually a collectible out of Spain. It's a replica of the One Ring inside. I'll show you that in 1 second here if I can get this open. And then we got the CDs and the music. Lord of the Rings Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King soundtrack. And the latest version of The Hobbit. Like I said, I've been collecting for a very long time, and I can't wait to continue the adventure. Bridge Direct is going to be a very awesome line, and I guess my issue now is not just completing the collection, but finding room for everything. This is the final piece from Spain. The One Ring. To rule them all. Very awesome. Kind of a glare, but it does have the Elvish writing. Anyhow, guys, thanks for your patience. I realize this is a very long video, but I haven't posted my entire collection ever, so I'm pretty excited and hope you guys appreciate what I've done. And to all the other collectors out there, I'd love to see more of what you guys have. Lord of the Rings, amazing. Have a good one.